Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing good. So I hear that people are also giving Pink, the K-pop stars, pass to use the N word when they are not black. Sometimes when I see people like this, I don't know what to call them, but you all already know what it's on my mind. Now let me tell you something. When you see all this K-pop, their fans are majorly black people. And I keep asking myself, why is it that you people go and support people that do not even like you? I look at this and I am like, how do people imitate people? Like people want to be like black people, but they do not like black people. So how is that even possible that you are imitating people? You want to look like them, you want to sing like them, you want to act like them, but you do not like them because if you like a group of people that you really appreciate, that influences most of majority of the things you do, you absolutely will respect them and respect what they like and what they do not like. That is also boundaries, creating boundaries for the friendship. So tell me how they are not using the N word in their song. And some people are giving them pass. People that are also not black, just like Chinese, giving them pass. For what? Sometimes black people are the cause of their problem because we support people that do not support you. You support people that do not care about you. You support people that do not even like you. I don't care about K-pop. I don't even know any of their song. I don't watch their movies. That is me. And I am not saying you can be me. But when I know people that care about me, I know. When I know people that care and people that do not care. And when you do not care about black people, I don't care about you. Let's get into this video.
Culture to make the fact that Koreans and Asians are making jokes of Blackpink saying the N-word, saying, oh my God, they have a pass because they get a pass from their fans, not their black fans, their K-pop Korean and Asian fans. You mean to tell me you gave these bitches a pass on saying the N-word and you not even black? And then I'm seeing Asian and Chinese and K-pop Korean, fucking, I can't even get the motherfucking word off. Y'all pisses me off so fucking bad. Let me regroup. You've got Asians, Koreans, and Chinese people making light and doing videos saying, yeah, you kind of do get a pass, but you don't get a pass from black people, but you do get a pass. That's just not fucking funny. Where the fuck did that shit become funny? Where fucking non-black people who are imitating black people, yes, imitating us, using our fucking culture to make money, wearing braids, grills, fades, wearing our fucking clothing, and then turning around and saying the N-word. When the fuck did that shit become appropriate? And for all y'all out there giving Blackpink a pass for that shit, y'all racist as fuck. The fact that Korean.
And one other thing that I want to say about this whole like Korean anti-black scandal stuff that's going on right now is that Orientalism and racism against Asian people plays a part in why they are able to get away with this type of shit, the stereotypes that surround Asian women. Oh, they're stupid, so they don't know better. They're these innocent, delicate flowers. They don't have the capacity to do anything evil. That's fetishization. That's Orientalism. You understand? And people are able to weaponize fetish and weaponize stereotype, model minorities type shit in order to enact anti-blackness and other violence against anybody else. Do you see what I'm saying? I just made a video about that Vivian girl who's Elon Musk's daughter, and I was telling y'all, just because someone shares the same identity as you does not make them any less harmful to you. Going back to the Korean girls, these are very beautiful, wealthy young women with access. They are polyglots. They speak more languages than you. They travel the world. They do campaigns with Chanel, Dior, Gucci, Louis Vuitton regularly. They're negotiating contracts across multiple industries within entertainment, music, film, choreography, beauty, fashion. These are not dumb women. These are not stupid girls. I think that in and of itself is also racist. Like, we can call that out. That is racist against Asians. And y'all keep doing the shit. And that's why I feel like these Korean fans, or K-pop fans, excuse me, are very, 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 like, y'all are weebs. And they're just making money off of your fetish. And then they pantomime blackness because y'all are obsessed with black people as well. This whole industry is built off of stereotype and racialized fetishization. They're caking over there. And these girls know exactly what they're doing. They're not stupid. like these they have enough money to like go to the best schools, and then their parents invest in them to become idols. This isn't some fucking Big Brother reality TV show, American Idol type shit. These girls are rich. They're better. They're better than you.
Why does everybody want to use the N-word even though there's a whole list of slurs that they could use for their own fucking people that they could co-opt back? And it's funny because like this whole Blackpink situation really goes to show that the people defending them are not black people and saying it's not that serious. Well, if it's not that serious, then why don't you use your own shit? Why you gotta use our shit for? Then you want to sit up here and you want to get mad if we use y'all racial slurs against y'all, but somehow we bogus. But y'all sitting up here defending people using the N-word, which is crazy work. Like, I don't understand. Like there's a whole list of slurs that you can use for your own shit. Why the fuck you got to use ours and say it's okay? So I don't understand. So if we go outside, just start hurling obscenities, I don't want anybody getting mad and saying, oh, that's racist or, oh, that's bogus and woo-woo, because y'all sit up here every single time and get mad at black people for saying, you not black, stop saying that shit. But as soon as we start using y'all shit, now all of a sudden we bogus. No, if our shit for sale, your shit for sale. Fuck is you talking about? Folks grave.
Blackpink getting caught saying the N-word doesn't shock me at all. And I don't know why some of you guys are shocked, right? The reason why I say this is because this K-pop community is pretty much a culture vulture. The reason why I say that is like, everybody want to be a nigga, but nobody really want to be a nigga. Right? You love the idea of the black culture, but you don't want to be a black. You love the idea, you love the style, you love the rhythm, you love the swag, you love everything about black culture. But when it comes to it, you don't want to be black. And that's fine. Embrace your nationality. Everyone should do that. Embrace your culture, embrace your heritage. Everyone should do that, right? My problem with this is you guys are culture vulture. You guys are literally stealing word for word black culture, right? And then saying the demeanor, how you speak, you act, you dress, you sing, your music, everything about it is black culture, right? You can pay homage to a certain, like, you know, the hip hop community. That's fine. You can do that. But this is not it. The cadence, everything about it. It's like someone wanted to say there, and there, right? You took the lyrics, the rhythm of it, the beat of it, everything of it, and then just change the word, but the word literally is still the same. You can literally, if I hear the beat, I can literally be like, all right, cool, boom. It's not even a sample. It's like literally the beat and then slight alteration is still the same thing. And you steal from black culture. I'm not mad. I'm not surprised. And some people out here are like, what? They said the N-word like this? Bro, do you know what they could be saying behind closed door? They haven't been caught saying. A lot of people need to understand that. Do you know that? You can sit here and be like, oh my God, I can't believe this. Yeah, the N-word is bad. It's what they're not saying behind closed door, behind the camera, is what worries me. I love K-pop. I love K-pop music. But this just needs to be said. It's just like, yo, y'all need to understand. It does happen. Everybody want to be a nigga, but nobody want to be a nigga.
So what happens if none of the Blackpink members come out and apologize for saying the N-word? Now, I can't speak for anybody else other than myself, but this is what I'm going to be doing personally. Firstly, I just want to clear a couple things up. This page existed way before I started posting L0se content. I understand that a lot of you guys started following me because of the whole defending that I've been doing and the L0se content that I've been putting on this page, but this page was never a L0se fan page. It was never that. So if you only followed me for the positive Lisa content, after this situation, maybe you might reconsider and maybe you should unfollow me. I've seen a lot of fans under my comment section telling me that, well, I'm a fake fan for calling her out like this and that I'm kind of pushing hate onto her. And if I feel the way that I feel, bear in mind for speaking out on a conversation as a black fan and how her saying a racial slur, a degrading word towards black people, people that look like me, that me posting these videos are hateful towards Lisa and I should just unfollow her and move on with my life, then I think you need to unfollow me right now. I just want to make something very, very clear. Nobody is paying me to love and support Lisa. Nobody is paying me to defend Lisa online. I have been defending Lisa non-stop since the drop of freaking Alter Ego. And we all know how messy that was. Posting videos after videos after videos after videos because I wanted to. If me expressing my disappointment regarding her saying that word as a black fan online on my account, because whether you like it or not, before I am a Lisa fan, I am black first. I will always be black first. If you interpret me trying to hold her accountable and shedding light on a reoccurring issue that keeps happening within K-pop as me hating Lisa, as me being an anti-fan, as me being whatever, unfollow me fucking right now. Going back to what I was saying, if none of the Blackpink members, especially Lisa, do not come out and publicly acknowledge and apologize for using that word, I will no longer be posting Lisa related content on my page. I will still very much be a fan, but I will support her in private, not online anymore. Because for me to do otherwise would show no self-respect. And I have a lot of fucking self-respect. And I want to protect my peace. Although I will support her in private, like I was doing before this whole Alter Ego dropped or whatever, because I've been a fan since 2016. So I've been supporting her. But I cannot come on this platform, on my account, on the internet, defending somebody that doesn't even think people and fans that look like me are worthy of a public apology and being acknowledged for something that she did wrong. I can't defend that. And so, let me say this again. If you don't like what I've just said, it doesn't sound right to you, and you are currently following me, unfollow me right now. And the same thing applies to Blackpink as a whole. I will support them, but I will support them in private, like I have been doing for all these years. Not online, not publicly, because no. This will be the absolute last video I make regarding this whole topic, unless we get an apology, and then I'll make another video, and then the page will carry on as normal. I'll still post Lisa content and post whatever I want as well, and we will just be like all happy and stuff. But until then, no more Lisa related videos, no more talking on this subject. It's getting tired. Like I've said all I need to say, we've discussed all that needed to be discussed, and now I'm tired, like I'm so over it. But like I said again, if anything that I said in this video just sounded like, oh, she hates her, it screams Lisa hate, unfollow me right now. Please do me the favor and go.
Oh, so it took y'all having to hear them say the N-word for y'all to understand what we've been saying this entire time about K-pop appropriating black culture so that it can be marketed, copied, right? Watered down, marketed to Korea. Oh, because like, let's not just talk about the fact that they're saying the N-word, which, you know, obviously, of course they are. And we know there's no excuse. We know they know it's a slur, so let's not even try that. It is not them saying you, like y'all want to be trying to, like, don't do that. They very clearly know exactly what they're saying. They are also very clearly copying already existing artists who already have a rhythm, a flow, a cadence, a presence, a name in West, here in the Western part of the world, right? Black American artists, let's just call it what it is. So they are not only practicing to copy what we have already done here in America, black people. So they're copying it, watering it down, so they can repackage it and resell it, exploit it, capitalize off of it, while still having slurs for black people in their languages. But now y'all see it, because video came out of them saying the N-word. Now y'all get it. Now y'all hear what we were saying. Oh, Oh.
This is what I'll be talking about when I say music would not be nothing without black people. Because why are you taking black people's art and saying the N word? And I'm the type of person, I love all types of music. I love all types of art. But it's like black people, we can't even listen to all music because you don't even know if the people that you're listening to are racist. Y'all take our art, y'all take our fashion, but then you want to disrespect us. What would y'all be doing if hip hop didn't exist? Because apparently everybody knows that y'all paint y'all skin white to look like white girls, but you want to dance like black women and say the N word. Why don't y'all do music like Taylor Swift? Why don't y'all do music like Sabrina Carpenter? Oh, because that music is not selling, so you want to take from black people and use it in the Korean market to further your career and say the N word. But y'all don't use slurs to other artists. Y'all don't use slurs to white artists, to Latino artists. Y'all only do it to us. But y'all want to take our art. Yeah, Blackpink is over. I'm done with them.
Y'all know that the N-word is a slur. Point blank, period. There's nothing else. That's the end of the line there. The N-word is a slur, and it's a slur that has gotten black people killed, beaten, unalive, incarcerated, and a whole other plethora of things that have happened to black people because of this. So stop and miss me with the bullshit when it comes to y'all not understanding historical context, because you know it's a slur. It's not just Gen Z slang. It's not just street talk. It's not some quirky little word that you could just throw in there. Like, y'all know it's a slur. And your faves from the K-pop idol industry using it is still wrong, and it's still racist. And you need to admit that to yourself. And then once you can do that, you can admit that you are also racist and okay with racism. I'm so tired of y'all trying to coddle people, and non-black people specifically, and white people who use the N-word just willy-nilly or say it with malicious intent. Because it doesn't matter the context you're saying it, you're still saying a slur. And y'all know that y'all are. So for y'all to get up on this internet and try and coddle Blackpink or shield them, being like, they were so young. Black people were young once too, and still have to deal with the ramifications of hearing that word. We still have to deal with the historical context of hearing that word. So what now? Because it can't be two things at once right here, not when it comes to this. They can't be so young and don't know what they were doing, but then also black people still have to deal with the ramifications of what the fuck was said. Like, I want y'all to grow the fuck up, and I want y'all to be fucking for real for once. Because once y'all sit there and admit that, then maybe we can have a conversation, if black people want to do that. But y'all have been so fucking annoying, so disrespectful, so disingenuous, and just so rude in this whole conversation. And it's annoying as fuck. And honestly, it makes me never want to listen to K-pop again. And I don't ever fault any black person for not wanting to. Because the K-pop industry and K-pop idols and K-pop groups are built off of the backs of black people. And y'all don't want to admit that, because then y'all would have to admit that y'all faves aren't actually original, don't actually have artistic creation, aren't actually talented. Because if you did that, then you would have to admit that you're okay with mediocrity. Then you'd have to deal with the fact that y'all are okay with racism and anti-blackness, which y'all are. So just admit that, and then we can move the fuck on and have an actual conversation.
I think the thing that frustrates me the most about the videos being exposed of Jennie, Lisa, and Rose, during their like YG trainee days saying the N-word in the songs that they're performing, is that now all of these people have worked with black artists. Or I think Jennie and Lisa have. I don't think Rose had a black artist on her album. Lisa's had 2 songs, one with Doja Cat and one with Future, and might be missing another person. But then Jennie has had 2 songs with Doechii and then Childish Gambino. Both of these people have very like good black artists on their records. But Jennie specifically, like having Doechii on her album, Doechii being someone who talks a lot about her experiences as a black woman and, talks a lot about how that has impacted her. Specifically her song Black Girl Memoir, which is where like I first heard her from. And like I remember listening to that song like when I first heard it in like maybe 2020 or maybe a little bit after, and being like, oh my god, like I really relate to this. Obviously Doechii and I have like different upbringings. I'm not from the South, I'm not African American, I'm an African immigrant to this country. But like I really related to that. I found that like deeply, I was like, wow, that's really how I feel. And so that's someone whose entire career has been so tied to her blackness in that way, and so tied to like talking about how, racism has impacted her experience, and how not just like the interpersonal racism that she's experienced, of people calling her things, but like how the system of racism has like permeated through her life, To know that someone like Jenny, someone who does not give a singular fuck about any of that, was able to get on a song with her, right, infuriates me. None of these people are American, you know, but like Jenny and Rose are both English speakers, both fluent English speakers. Yes, they are from New Zealand, but like New Zealand's like racial demographic is very different from South Korea's, right? New Zealand's racial demographic is actually much more similar to the United States' than it is to South Korea's or to Thailand's, right? And so it would have taken like a profound amount of ignorance for either of these people to not know what the N-word was, to not know that they should not be saying nigga on a song. And this is not to excuse Lisa either, because I think Lisa also should have known. And I think it's very clear that everyone involved knew that what they were doing was wrong. That is why they did not do this in public. And of course, I'm not like excusing Lisa. As I'm saying, all of them knew that it was wrong. That is why it was done the way that it was done. That is why they did not say nigga when they were, you know, performing. That's why they don't put nigga in K-pop songs. They know that it is wrong. But like when we talk about these things, there's oftentimes people who excuse it, who say like, oh, well, you know, these people aren't from English speaking countries. They either don't know, or it almost doesn't matter because they're not actually like impacting Black people directly by their ignorance, because South Korea doesn't have a lot of Black people, right? Or that is the idea. But people like Jenny and Rose like grew up around diverse groups of people, right? They would have grown up around at least just specific South Korean people or non-East Asian people. And not only that, they would have known what it was like to be a minority. They would have known what it was like to be Asian in New Zealand, hearing people say things about you, not agreeing with them, knowing that it's racist, right? Feeling that like impact from it. And for those people, for the two of them to just say nigga because why not, right? Because the company asks them to, with no pushback. And then to later, you know, go collab with Black people to, you know, use your past history as a K-pop, you know, artist that raps to, you know, try to use that to get into the Black community, right? To, you know, get Future, Doechii, who else? Childish Gambino, Doja Cat. Doja Cat has her own issues, so like honestly it makes sense that someone who says nigga would get Doja Cat on their fucking song. Doechii specifically, to get that kind of rapper on, to get that kind of up and coming, you know, hot rapper on your album that is so politically aware, that does talk about what it's like to be Black in America, does talk about how racism has impacted her. What you are doing is that you are trying to signal to Black people that I'm chill, like I'm cool. Whole time you know you say nigga in private. Whole time you know that you are deeply racist. And I'm saying that these people are deeply racist because I think that they are. I'm not going to say, like, I'm not going to excuse it by saying it's been a long time, or that, you know, maybe they're different now, or maybe they understand better now. And I'm not going to say that, you know, maybe they were saying nigga without having any malintent, right? That maybe they were just doing it because their company told them to do it. I'm going to say that I think that they are deeply racist people. They are a deeply racist trio, and even though Jisoo is dodging the lashings right now, they might be a deeply racist quartet as well. The reason why I say this is because like every Black person knows people like this. Every Black person has met someone who seems chill, right? Who is a person of color, who seems like, oh, you know, they're aware of political issues, or, you know, like you assume that because they're also a person of color that they would understand what racism is like, or that they would understand not to be racist. And maybe they don't say it outright, right? But over time, you slowly uncover, right? You slowly realize this person sees Black people as inferior. They don't say it, they may not consciously think it, but it permeates everything, right? Eventually you see that's why they're like that. Some of these people are like politically aware, politically conscious. And so these are the kind of people who will say things like, oh, well, you know, like Black women are so important. Like you hear like, you know, they'll say like, oh, Black trans women are so important. We wouldn't be here without Black and brown women, yada, 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 stuff like that. Things where it sounds like they're giving Black people their flowers. But in reality, they would never really be friends with a Black person. Or if they do have Black friends, they interact with them in a way that, you know, is very dismissive of their Blackness. As a Black person, when I realize I'm in those situations, I realize that like there are ways in which I am self-censoring that I wouldn't with other people. And these people, right, they may listen to some Black artists, right? They may listen to like Kendrick Lamar, for example, or Doechii, but they would never listen to, you know, up and coming Black artists who are just, you know, kind of more for parties. Black artists who just like rap to have fun, who aren't trying to make big political statements all the time. And it sounds like it's like a paradox, right? Why would someone who's racist prefer Kendrick Lamar? And the reason why is that their racism is deeply rooted in this idea that Black people are fucking stupid, that there is nothing deeper to us. And so they like are so impressed by someone like Kendrick Lamar. They are so impressed by someone like Kendrick Lamar can speak intelligently, right? Can know what's going on, because they agree that Black people are oppressed, but they just don't think that Black people are like, they just deep down don't believe that Black people are like wise or intelligent or have anything to offer, So that's why I listen to Kendrick Lamar. That's why Kendrick Lamar has a subset of fans that I think are also deeply racist, despite him talking outspokenly against racism. It's not Kendrick Lamar's fault, just like how it's not Doechie's fault, right? It's these people. These people are horrible. And I am going to say, you see it a lot with a specific kind of East Asian or Southeast Asian person in the United States. When you have conversations with these people about K-pop, and they mention an artist that, everyone else says the N-word, they're like, oh, it sucks that, the best art, like, people who are so problematic can make such good music. And it just feels like they're saying that just because they know I'm here, right? They're just saying that to say that. They're saying that because they want me to know that, like, oh, they're not racist, but they are going to support this racist person's work. Listen, like, I like Lehigh, right? I love Sh0ck. I love Sh0ck. Well, I even like Red Velvet. Listen, I like Wendy's voice. I do. And I'm not necessarily like coming after people who like those artists. I'm coming after the kind of person who points out, who reminds me, yes, this person is racist. Yes, I will keep listening to them. That is what specifically I'm like, oh, right. Especially, again, when this person doesn't listen to any other Black artists. Right. And that frustrates me most about Jennie, Lisa, Rose, all of Blackpink, honestly, is that they don't make good music. Their music is trash. Maybe they used to at some point. Their older songs are fine, but even those were just barely passable. The reason why they were so popular, in my opinion, is because they filled a niche, right? And because they had such a team behind them, but their music sucks. Their music is a cheap imitation. Lehigh, Wendy, Mamamoo, these three groups of people have all done problematic things. At least the music is good. When I see people talking about Jennie and Lisa and Rose, it feels like they're just like, waving these racist people in my face to be like, oh, I'll listen to this racist person, but their music's fucking ass. Jennie album, I guess it has okay songs, but again, you could get these songs from literally anyone. Listen to Nicki, bro. Like, listen to anyone else. It's just like so frustrating. I'm not surprised at this point, but like, it is just annoying. It's annoying to see them, like, these people be exposed for racism, yet again, and for people to be like, oh my God, that's so horrible, but it's not gonna fucking matter. And going back to like Jennie and Lisa and Rose and them being deeply racist, how I know they're deeply racist, that they're not gonna apologize for this. This has been out for days, and there's no sign of them, drafting an apology, feeling sorry, none of that. And the reason why might be because their teams are telling them not to do it, right? Not to apologize, just let it blow over. But, the reason why they're, as artists, allowing that to happen is because they don't give a fuck either.
Before you get to defending Blackpink, I want you to ask yourself, are you Black? Do you have a grit grain speckle drop ounce pint millimeter of melanin in your skin? Do you see a brown dot on your body that's not a birthmark that covers the whole entire part of your skin? Do you have any melanin inside of you or on your body? I don't think so. So why are you trying to defend them saying the N-word? You don't have a say in this. And for the Black people that are defending them saying, oh, fork found in the kitchen and, oh, we already knew this, they were under YG. Who is we? Because I didn't see this coming. Now, I'm not, super obsessed with everyone, and I don't obsess over them and try and figure out their whole lives and location and where they're at, like a lot of you K-pop fans that are out there. But I'm not going to, wake that up because a lot of you are crazy obsessed fans. But I'm not like them, so I wouldn't have known that. Honestly, this comes as a shock to me. I would have never thought that L0se or anyone else would do this, but you don't have a say if you're not Black in this conversation. I just, wanted to make that be known and let you know that a lot of you are out here being delusional. This is like the whole mad saying the N-word situation again, but
This is all I got from this video, and I am going to say this. The reality is that if you check K-pop fans, you definitely will see how much of Black fans that they have. Sometimes Black people are also their problems, because tell me why I don't know anything about K-pop, because I choose not to know. They are not my kind of thing. I understand it's some people's kind of thing. But let me tell you something. Who are you supporting? The person you are supporting, are they people that will one day come and support you? Why do we invest so much time in like supporting people that we never? Is this the first time that we are Black people are experiencing something like this from other people like Asians, right? Korean is still Asian, right? What do they have to do with that N word? What do they have to do with N word? And when we talk about all these people, you might be like, oh, maybe they don't know anything. No, they do. Because these people are international. So they know what they are doing. So do not even bother asking who gave them pass, because there is no need to get pass. This is also one of the reasons why when you see people giving people pass over something that they do not support, or they are not supposed to give people pass, I am asking, who are you to give people pass? Just like a Chinese man giving a Korean man pass to say the N-word. Who are you? Who are you? I don't know how to say this, but I mean, there are some things that are disgusting, and N-word is one of it. I don't know how you are going to feel about this. I do not say this word, and I do not ever want to say it. I don't say it. I do not say it. If you are not a Black person, why are you saying it? Even me as who I am, I don't even want to hear it. I have my friends use it because they are Black. They can use it. But no matter how hard they try, when you say it close to me, I look at you like, you must really be dead. They are my friends. But I see them, there's something, It is also, they have the, but why are you saying it when you are not a Black person? I do not know. I have been on this media for a longer time. Sometimes when I hear all this, I cannot even remember any, because I do not care about their slur. It is none of my business. Why do you go around using slur or singing slow? You all want to look like a Black person. We understand. But you are not Black. You all do not appreciate people that look like them, but you want to look like Black people. How is that even possible? Sometimes I look at this and I am like, why do you want to look like what you criticize? Because when you criticize something, you absolutely do not want to look like that. But you all criticize something, you want to look like that. So who are you supporting as a Black person? K-pop.